Shucks now. I don't own the rights to this music. But you know what it is and you know who it is. It's Shake It Off Friday, baby. The 12th episode with your main man, Coach Ford, in the building. I got something for you tonight. It's very special. You better tune in. We on Facebook Live. He gonna tell you the story. We ain't taking no questions tonight. Maybe in the next episode. But right now, I just want y'all to walk with me for a little bit. Shake that Friday and that whole week up off of you. Just shake it off. Shake it off. Come on now. All right now. I ain't gonna mess with you and play with you too long. I'm gonna bring my guest on because you know I don't want him waiting. Anything. Let me introduce y'all to my main man. I've known him over 45 years, you heard me? We used to play in the street together, throw rocks at each other, get mad, fight, and come back out and be friends tomorrow. You know what I mean? I got my man Zoli in the building, a.k.a. Tink. What's up, homeboy?
What's happening, homeboy?
Hey, man, look, I just want to thank you for coming on, man. I want to give you this opportunity to tell your struggle, your story, and how you heal, how you healing, and how you keep going, man. How you keep going. So the stage is yours, baby. The stage is yours. Tell these people about yourself, man. Tell them what's going on. All the times, tell them how you first got traumatized.
Well, it goes back, John. Like you said, I've been knowing you, man, 40 plus years, man. And, you know, man, as a youngster, man, you know, I came up, man, in the streets, man. But my mother was a Christian, Jehovah's Witness. But before that, I was in a two-parent house, man. And my mom was in the streets, man. She was one of the biggest gamblers, card player women in the city. And my dad was a hard-working old General Motors nigga, but he was an old player, you know. And as a kid, I was the only child, man. So I, to begin this story, man, I was somewhat spoiled. But my mother moved me out in East Grand Rapids, where the rich white folks was, as you may say, in Grand Rapids.
Right.
And I used to, me and my cousin Timmy D, man, my grandmother lived on Hall Street.
Uh-huh.
And me and Timmy used to go to the house parties, man. And my mom would always, she'd be like, "What you doing here?" "I'm coming to get me some money."
Right.
She'd give me some money. "You get on back over to grandma's house." But I kept a pocket full of money all the time, you know. And me and Timmy used to be down on Harlem Madison. And back then, you know, Harlem Madison was Harlem Madison.
Right, right.
You know, we used to be at the pool hall, Fernandez restaurant,
yeah,
O'Reilly. You know, we was just all over the place, man, you know. And my mom, man, every weekend after the card party, after she get off work, me and her would sit down and count money, man. You know, I would be counting $1,500, $2,000, you know, her little weekend little money made, you know. And all the time I get this money, I kept saying, "Well, dang, I need to get some of this money."
Right.
You know?
Right.
And for a long time, man, it took me a long time to grasp, you know, my mom was a hustler, you know, so I kind of, you know, was into that, you know, that light, man, trying to, you know, keep me some money all the time. But what my mother did to me, man, she made me a sufficient young man. She made me go to work, which I had a paper route. I did snow route. She said, "You gonna get some money." She said, "You gonna get this money. You gonna get your own shoes and everything. I'm gonna show you how to get some money." So I hustled. I hustled when I was young, you know.
Right.
So as I grew up, man, you know, my mother, I started getting in trouble and different things, man. And as I grew up, my mother mother became a Jehovah's Witness. So that brought me into a whole different lifestyle. And I was a young boy, man. I was going door to door, you know, and two-parent household. And my father, like I said, man, he was my idol, man, at that time.
Right.
You know, and some things happened within my family dynamics, man. My mom and dad separated, and that itself traumatized me.
Right.
You know, because my dad moved over on the west side on Granville, and we stayed in East Grand Rapids.
Right, and that's in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah. My thing was to get over on the west side with my old man, so I started acting out with my mama.
Right.
You know, who was a damn good mama, you know. But I was trying to get over there with my old man. So I did everything in the world, man. I mean, I crashed out. I mean, I was getting in trouble. I was fighting in school. I was sleeping with girls in her bed, and I was going crazy. But the final straw, she just couldn't take it no more, so she jumped on me one day. And I said, I'm out of here.
Hey, man, I remember your mama. Your mama used to run us out the street with those switches, boy. I tell you the truth.
Hey, man, she was tough, man.
Right.
So I end up moving over with my dad, man. But before that, you know, I was leaving the Kingdom Hall on Thursday night, and I grew up with I don't know if everybody know Leo Yarbrough and Troy Yarbrough and Andre. We all used to go to the Kingdom Hall together, and Leo and them started disappearing. They were at the Kingdom Hall this much. So I was wondering, where y'all at?
Right.
So one day he came to the Kingdom Hall. He had a pocket full of money, man. I'm like, man, what are you doing? He said, man, man, I'm hustling, man. Kingdom Hall cool, man, but I'm hustling right now. So they started disappearing. So one day I left the Kingdom Hall and I went and I found Leo down at the Limelight. I was just 16 years old, man. I come up in the Limelight, and I always visualized what the Limelight was like when I was young, man, 'cause that's when my mom and daddy came up in.
Right.
So one day I went in the Limelight, Leo was in there, man. I walked up in there, man, and I seen all these niggas hustling and niggas moving around and getting money and all the women walking around, and, you know, I walk up in here, I'm like, what is this?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So Leo introduced me to another part of the streets that I wasn't ready for then, but I took it.
Right.
You know? And one day I went in the Limelight, man, on a Thursday, man, and I asked him, what's that right there? And he told me, man, it's some cocaine.
What?
You know? So I looked there, I said, what you do with this? What's happening with that? So he snorted some. He said, try it, cuz. I said, all right, man. Hey, man, that opened my whole mind to something different. When I took that first snort of cocaine, man, it turned me into something else. And from that day on, man, I looked at everything different, you know?
Right.
So I ended up moving over, to make a long story short, I ended up moving with my dad, man. And he let me live like a grown man, basically, man. I mean, I moved over there, man, and, you know, I had a girl move in with me when I was 17. I had a girl living there like a grown man. I was going to school, you know, getting up, going to school. She was cooking breakfast. I was like a grown man.
Right.
I had my own house. So, you know, that was the hangout spot for all the young niggas I ran with. They all come over on the west side. We over there hanging out. You dig what I'm saying? And as time went on, man, I just started seeing things different in the streets, man, and I started visualizing different things, man, about hustling, man. So I started gravitating towards older niggas that was getting money, that knew my cousins and my cousins that was getting money, you know. So I started dibbling, dabbling, man. I started selling weed first, you know. I played with that, you know.
Right.
And the more I hung out in the Limelight, and I was young, and they was running me up out that thing, you know what I mean? Jesse Russell running me up out of there. But I stayed forefront, you know. So, you know, and I went from East Rivers High School to Union. So every day I get off the bus at Union, when I was at Union, I used to get off the bus and walk to the Limelight. Me and Timmy Willis used to walk to the Limelight, and getting pills, man, for the white boys, and taking them back to school, selling them.
Right.
You know. So I'm studying, I'm digging and dabbling, man, in these streets, man, a little bit at a time. So as I got older, man, I just started figuring out, man, it's another way to get this money. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Right.
So, you know, one day I'm down there and I'm talking to my cousin. He was telling me about, you know, hey, man, these dudes down here, man, they be wanting that blow, man. And I end up just happen to be knowing on the west side, all the Mexicans was at. I happened to run into a Mexican partner of mine who had it.
Right.
I ain't know nothing about that, you know what I mean? So, but when I got into that part of the game, you know, I started seeing things I didn't like about it, you know, because I started seeing motherfuckers ODing, and I was like, shit, I don't want to get caught with nobody, you know, so I got into it, you know what I mean? And it introduced me to more people.
Right.
You know, in the streets. So, like I say, as I got older, man, I stayed in the limelight because that was the thick of things, man. I sit down there as a youngster, man. You know, I was always, man, trying to impress my old man. You know, that was my one thing about it, trying to impress my old man. You know, me and him stayed together. He had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend. You know, we all lived together. You know, I was just trying to, you know, everything I could do, I try to emulate my uncles and my daddy, man. So
right.
I started trying to knock off me some little chicks, work on the stroll, and you know, it just turned into a whole world there, man. So as I got older, my life got more and more out of control, man. In the streets, I started, man, really digging off into getting money.
Right.
So I hooked up with some fellas, man. I was older, man, to put me on with this cocaine, man. And I wasn't nothing. I was just graduating high school, man. I was just 18, man. Right. And one of my partners, man, who was well known in the city, who is not here no longer, man. He come and pull up on me and said, man, I see you be in the bar, man, all the time, Tink. I see you be trying to get some money, you know, and I see you messing around with your cousin, man, you know, but hey, it's a better way, man, because he ain't down here showing you really what it is. Right. And he put me on to something, man, and that was my takeoff right there. When I took off from there, man, I just never looked back as far as, you know, getting money, man. I stayed forefront, you know, like I say, when the bar opened in the morning, I was there. Right. I was there till it closed. You know what I mean? So that was
pretty much your job.
Yeah, my name got bigger and bigger in the streets when I was young. So I was just known to just hustle, you know what I mean? Right. So that was my thing, man. But as I got older, I messed with older people, man, and they was actually call themselves showing me the game, but they really polluted me in the streets, man, because they allowed me to get involved with the street, with the game, man, in a way that I shouldn't have. Right. You know, and I started to using cocaine more, and I had to get more money to use cocaine. So that's how my life began to really just, you know, kind of go out of control there for about a year or two. Right. And my cousin them seen that I was kind of out of control, man. So they was like, man, you get too much money, man. You can come on with us. And that's what I did, man. I got with my cousin them, man, and they had a little crew over at Pizzazz, man. And that's where I really began to really see the future of me getting in the streets, getting money. Uh-huh. And at that point in my life, man, I had about 20. I had 3 kids, you know, and I had to make a drastic change, man, because I wanted my kids to have, you know what I mean? So right. My man said, man, this is how we gonna do it, man. You know, and we sit down at the table and put some things together, and man, I went ballistics, you know, Okay. So, you know, me and them, man, we ran together, man, for some years getting money, man. And everybody know that's my right hand man, Wag, man. We ran together, man. Man, this nigga, man. When I say we hit the streets, man, look, we had every club, we had every everything on lock in Grand Rapids.
Right. Check this out, though. Check this out. So that was that was the trauma. That was just some of the trauma. You know what I mean?
That was the trauma.
And so
but I had, I had an escape. I had an escape, man, from going to prison back then when they was trying to get me. I escaped it, man. You know what I mean? Somehow God was looking over me because I should have went to prison way back then because my daughters was getting kicked in all over the place. You know what I mean?
Right. So I remember over there. I remember over there off of Oakdale.
Yeah.
You
know, and then I had, Ralph Mason. Everybody don't remember Ralph Mason. Ralph Mason was our biggest.
That was the chief of police.
Yeah.
And
he wanted us off the streets.
So check this out. Check this out, Zolli. Check this out. So with that trauma right there, I mean, you just told a whole bunch, man. You said a whole bunch. So now, tell me about your healing, man. How you healing and how are you continuing to just build up that resilience, man, to keep going and left that life alone, man? How did you do that?
Well, Tone, man, after all the years, man, it took me, man, I just did 13 years in the federal penitentiary.
Right.
But, prior to that, I did almost 10 years in state prison.
Right.
But it took me 13 years to catch a whole other case, man. But prison, man, is a mental blast for a lot of these young niggas that don't know, man, And if they thinking that, the game is what it is, man, it's not, man. It's not.
Right.
And it's not worth going to prison, man. Out of 40 years, man, I've done 22 years of my life in prison.
Wow, bro.
So what I'm saying is that I had to the first time I went, man, I really thought I had it together, man. I came home, found a good woman, man. I called myself coming home and trying to do the right thing and settle down, man. But I didn't have it all. I didn't have everything complete, man. I thought I had it because I figured that was my whole thing in prison. My first business, man, is I knew what kind of woman I wanted. I knew what kind of life I wanted to live. I knew what kind of life I wanted my kids to have, And I came home with that game plan, man, but the streets had another plan for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I allowed that to happen, man, and it shifted me. But out of 13 years, man, I still, man, like I said, I came home. That first time I came home, I started my own business. A lot of things I did good, man, but
right.
A lot of things I did bad,
Uh-huh.
And the bad outweighed the good, man. So, long story short, 13 years later, I catch another bid, a federal bid, man. And like I say, man, the trauma of this year, man, is that I had some niggas, man, that was supposed to be some official niggas, man.
Right.
And both times the niggas, man, sent me to prison. You know what I mean? So, like I say, everybody ain't who they said he is, man. So for niggas to think that, niggas that you run with, man, hey, man, a nigga tell you what they won't do. When them people sitting out and putting 20, 30 years in your face, trust me, a nigga give you up before they get himself up.
Right.
And that's what happened with me, man. The niggas gave me up, man. So, and this last time I went to prison, this 13 years, man, I made a conscious decision, man, that I was truly, truly done with the streets, man.
Okay.
I couldn't afford to go back because I came out, I was almost 60 years old, man. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about if I go back to prison, it's a death sentence for me.
Right.
I can't afford no more hiccups in my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this is for anybody that understand, man, about prison, man. Prison ain't got no friends, ain't got no nothing, man. All they do is they got a spot for you, So if a nigga don't understand that, they got a spot for you. They don't care if you blind, crippled, I don't care what it is, no legs. I done seen it all, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I done ran into so many different types of niggas in prison, man. The niggas you think is official niggas is rat niggas. I'm talking about all kinds of niggas, man.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
But my thing in prison was to better myself, man. So what I did in prison for 13 years, man, is that I made a conscious decision, man, to make a pact with God, man.
Okay.
And that's Jehovah God, man. I made a pact with him. I said, man, I swear to God, you know, I get out of this, man, I'm going to give my life to you, you know. And like I say, it's a process. It's still a process for me, you know.
Right.
But this is something that I've done now, you know. So now that I'm out here, man, I go to work every day. I come home. I take care of my business, man. I try to take care of my wife, my family, you know, and do all I can do, man. And I stay away from, man, bad energy, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
a lot
sir.
of niggas that I grew up with, a lot of niggas that, you know, that I know, man, they may think that I'm acting funny, but I'm acting real, man. I can't afford no hiccups, man. I don't, you know, nothing, man. I gotta go. I got to stay on the straight path, man. And I made a pact with God, man. I made a pact with Jehovah. I was going to give him everything I could, man.
Powerful.
And right now, like I say, it's a process for me. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But one thing about it is I go to work every day. You know, I come home. You know, I don't be in them streets, man. You know what I mean? I done been, you know, to a few of the events and shit since I've been home, but my most important thing right now is prayer, man. I pray every day, man, because it's hard out here, man, you know?
Yeah.
And I ain't saying, you know, that I'm a perfect person or trying to be, you know, but it's hard, man, you know, trying to, you know, get back adjusted to the community. You know, it's hard, man, you know, but like I say, I take it one day at a time, man, and I don't rush nothing.
Right.
It's a process.
Zolli.
It's a process.
Zolli, let me just say this to you, man. You always been like a bigger brother to me, and you've never, ever changed. I had the opportunity to coach your sons, man, playing basketball. You're a hell of a father. You're a hell of a man. And, man, your faith, man, and you just said God, and you know where that came from when you said it earlier, your mama.
I went back to my roots.
And see, this thing called life, man, so many people out here think that it's all about shining and doing this and doing that and having a reputation, man. But I just want to commend you, man, and tell you that you are a hell of a man. And don't let nobody hold you down. In what you've been through, can't nobody hold you down, baby. You heard me? Because you are a strong brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
You are a strong brother, man. And I want to welcome you and thank you, man, again for coming to the show. You can come back anytime you want. And I just want to say this to you. See, you shook it off, baby, before shake it off. You heard me?
Yeah.
Hey, look at here, y'all. Yeah. Look at here, y'all. I welcome my man tonight. I thank y'all. I hope y'all listen to him. I'm going to ask him one more question before I let him go and get back to funking with y'all for a few minutes. Zoli, if you had something to tell these young men today who don't respect women, who don't respect their parents, got guns, selling drugs, what would you tell them? I think you said it earlier, but I want you to repeat it and tell them what it is once they hit that system.
One thing about it is, man, respect your mama, man, for one thing, man, because you don't got nothing but that one. You got that one person, man, in your life that brought you here, man.
Right.
And trust me, man, when you go behind them bars, man, you're going to pray to God, man, that you can get back home to your mama before something happened to her out here. And that was my biggest thing, man, getting home to my mother, because I know, like I said, I left her twice. And I made it, hey, I want to get home before she passed away from here, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So one thing about it is, man, respect your moms, man, because one thing about a mother, man, a mother going to always be there. I don't give a damn what you do, man.
Right.
Your mama going to be there in your corner. She going to ride with you.
Exactly.
You know, and then these young niggas running around here with these guns, man. Hey, man, one thing about these guns, man, kill niggas, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you young niggas out here, man, y'all killing for no reason. Y'all killing, man, for sake or street names or whatever y'all got going on out here in the streets, man.
Fear.
Y'all doing the white man's job. Y'all killing each other. Y'all, they letting y'all gonna just go and kill off each other.
Right.
Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. If ain't nobody bringing no harm to you or your family, there's no purpose for it, man. When we came up, man, we wasn't running around with no guns and shit, man. We was getting money.
Right.
Guns and hustling just don't mix together, man. Unless you really need it. So I don't know what y'all, it's not, again, and one thing for certain, when you get behind them bars, nigga, the game changed. A nigga go to talking real good when he get behind them bars. I ain't touching no more guns. I ain't doing. When you get back out here, you jump right back off into the same thing, man. It don't make sense.
Right. And
you know what I mean? Make this shit make sense what you're doing out here.
Man.
Because I'm telling you, y'all talk about doing time. Y'all niggas ain't ready to no real time, man.
Man.
I'm just telling you what God loves. Y'all, they talk that talk, man. Oh, them people start talking 10, 20 years to them. Man, them niggas, man, hey, they might get their mama up, man.
Hey, man, I see it every day. I see it every day, man. I deal with these young kids, these young youth out here every day, Tink, and they getting caught with guns and doing all the kind of things, man. And I just try to lead them down that right road, man. But it's somebody else that's in their ear. And I'm just going to say this, man, that all you men out here, we all been through the trauma. We all done been through something. And I'm going to say this to our women as well. Love on us. Don't nobody love us. Who loves the black man in America? Nobody.
Yeah.
Half of us don't even love ourselves. We walk past each other, put our head down, sign of weakness. Won't speak, sign of weakness. What I'm going to tell y'all tonight is y'all just heard it from my main man, Zoli, a.k.a. Tink. And he been through it, and we've been friends, we brothers, for over 45 years. And you know what? I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I'm gonna let y'all go, but you know how I get down. I'm gonna take you out the way I brought you in, boy. You know how it is.
Yeah. Hey, let me say one more thing, too, about the women, too, Tom.
Okay, go ahead.
If you got a good woman in your life, man, cherish her, man, because it's hard to find them out here, man. You know what I mean? A good woman gonna make a good man. Be a good man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take you a little farther. A partner on your side, man.
I'm gonna take you a little farther. A good woman make you a great man.
A great man.
You feel me?
Better believe it.
All right, brother. Let me get this audio here right. You know, it's just me up in the building tonight in the studio, y'all. I appreciate my man Zoli, big man Tink, boy. I got some stories to tell you, but it'll be coming to you soon in between some paperback. So let me take y'all out to where I brought you in, Zoli. You can groove with me and move with me. We out of here, Zoli. I appreciate you, brother. I love you, man. I'm going to call you later, all right?
I'm always here for you, brother.
I know that, and I'm here for you, man. You need anything, you can always hit me up, baby. I'm going to take y'all out like this right here, boy.
Peace out, baby. Peace out.
Peace out, baby. I'm going to get him in. I'm going to fuck with him for a little bit here.
Okay, man. I'm finna let you get at him, man.
All right, later, baby. Hey, look at here, y'all. That was real. Don't play with it. Let me say it again. Ha! Y'all better come on, get on down. Shake it off Friday, baby. With your main man, Coach Ford. I just had one of my best men I know. He ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. Don't make no judgments. Listen to what he told you. You heard what he said. And that faith. Gotta do all that. 22 years. Wow. That's powerful. Just fuck with me for a minute. I don't own the rights to this music. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Shake it off. Lord. Y'all better tune in on YouTube. Quit playing around. It don't cost you nothing. I just ask you to subscribe every Friday. I'm gonna have somebody in the building. Maybe not every Friday, because you're gonna get some of me, but you understand what I'm saying, huh? I want y'all to enjoy y'all weekend. Facebook. Quit fronting. Support us. I know some of y'all don't like me, but you know what? If you don't buy no toilet paper in my house, I don't. If you wanna ride, hey, appreciate you, Big Tink. Love you, man.
If you wanna ride,
y'all have a good weekend.